Arranging everything on my computer here. Welcome. This is a Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and wherever else live event where we're telling you about the 6 shoes that we have just launched for our spring product launch at Xeroshoes.com and Xeroshoes.eu. In fact, I'm going to change this to say something a little more specific. Let me edit this, Xeroshoes.eu / spring 23 sale or Xeroshoes.com / spring 23 sale. Everything I'm going to say here, you'll find more information on those pages. There we go. If you look below, and this is a live event, so if you have any questions or comments, you can throw them in the chat and I will be able to see them right over there, like the one from Gabby that just came in saying, yay, I haven't been able to come into a live event in a while. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Gabby. And I really just want to address the things that are happening with the sale. So if you have issues about other things, you can contact our customer happiness team. If you've got suggestions, go to Xeroshoes.com / feedback. But most importantly, I just want to tell you that between now and March 14th, you can save 20% plus, and I'll say more about the plus in just a moment, on our 6 new Xero shoes styles for the spring. I'm going to show them to you now. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour. When you go to Xeroshoes.com or Xeroshoes.eu / spring 23 sale, you will A, find more info about the shoes, B, find reviews of the shoes from people who've already got their feet into these, and C, register to win one of 10 $100 or €100 Xero shoes gift certificates. $100 for Xeroshoes.com, €100 for Xeroshoes.eu. Should be somewhat obvious. So let me just address the things that came in here, and then I'm going to do a quick review of the shoes and then answer any other questions you have. But I'll tell you about that 20% plus thing, the discount you get between now and then as well. Gabby says, yesterday I bought the Prio Neo in Scuba Blue, only paid $85. I'm very excited. I'll show you that shoe. It's a great one. Professor Kenneth Levin, or Levin, I don't know how you do yours, says, hello, back at you. And Gabby says, Anya just published her reviews on the spring collection. She's very complimentary. Well, that is wonderful to hear. So let me dive in and explain, tell you what we've got. And in the process, I'm actually going to explain for anyone who doesn't know what makes Xero shoes special. And by the way, if you're not watching this live, you can still throw in your comments below and someone will get back to you as soon as possible with a response. So that's that. All right, let's start with, I'm going to start with an upgrade, actually. So one of our best-selling shoes, in fact, our best-selling shoe of all time, is our all-around fitness, running, whatever you can think of shoe, the Prio. And we have updated it and made it a little more stylish, I think a lot more stylish, and a little lighter even. And this is the Prio Neo. So again, an all-around anything you can think of fitness shoe. It has our Huarache sandal-inspired heel / instep strap to give you a nice secure fit. Hidden behind here are the midfoot straps to really give you that lateral support. The same sole we use on our Prio. Super breathable upper, really beautiful shoe. Comes in a number of colors. I'm not showing all the colors here. There's a couple more behind me, but you'll find all those on the websites that are listed below. And like all shoes, well, let me explain what makes Xero shoes special. A wider foot-shaped toe box so your toes can spread and relax and do what's natural. Low to the ground for balance and agility. We don't elevate your heel because that messes with your posture. We don't have a thing called toe spring, which really means that you can't get the shoe flat because that'll mess with your gait and the way your toes work. It's always pulling your toes towards your knees when you have something that does this. Super flexible in every direction you can think of. The sole is designed to give you traction and protection, but also that ground feeling that your brain needs to know how to move your body efficiently, enjoyably, and effectively. And our soles are back to the 5,000-mile sole warranty. And Xero shoes are so lightweight and so comfortable. We've literally had people say they went to bed still wearing them because they forgot they had them on. But in short, we're letting your body do what's natural. We want your feet to do their job. Bend, flex, move, and feel. Because otherwise, if they can't do that because you have a stiff sole with a lot of foam and an elevated heel and a pointy toe box, then all the function that your feet are trying to do for balance, agility, and mobility tries unsuccessfully to go upstream to your ankle, your knee, your hip, and your back. And so we're trying to let your feet do their job so the rest of your body can do its job. And again, Prio Neo. Rose Anvil, somebody asked, is a YouTube channel. And I have not seen Rose Anvil, but I hear that I need to. Someone mentioned that just the other day, and I'm going to go check it out. So, okay, so Prioneo, let's move on. Why do I not publish the stack height of your shoes? Steve asked. We actually do, but it's also something that is completely misunderstood and misrepresented. So the stack height, different companies report it in different ways. So some people talk about the entire height from the bottom of the shoe all the way up to the top, including almost all of our shoes have a removable 2 millimeter or 3 millimeter insole or sock liner. So some people report all the way up to that. Some people just report the thickness of the sole and not the construction of how you attach the sole to the shoe. So we do publish it to the extent, I think we have it almost everywhere. But again, it's one of those things that is so misrepresented. We want to make sure you're getting the right information. Because here's the other thing with stack height, just for the fun of it. If you have a shoe that has a low stack height, but a stiff sole, it's still a piece of crap. I was looking for a better way of saying it, but I couldn't find one. If you have a shoe that has a thicker sole, but still is really flexible, really lightweight, and still gives you ground feel, can be a great shoe. Not if you get too thick, it all starts to fall apart. But suffice it to say, everything we make is about being barefoot friendly first, and then give you the additional features you may need for, like, having additional traction on a trail or things like that. But again, I try not to give people information that allows them to come to incorrect conclusions because they either don't understand what the information means or because the industry doesn't have a standard for how to report it. So anyway, let me move back up, and because there's some things that came in that I didn't see. So pardon me really quick, and then I'll show you the next shoe. Kevin, since I started wearing Xero shoes, I've worn nothing else. Happy to hear that, Kevin. We hear that a lot. Over half of our customers own more than 4 pairs of our shoes for that exact reason. Gabby also says the Prioneo looks really cool. So from the Prio, can't wait to try them. You ordered, you got them. Matthew says, do you watch Rose Anvil? Gabby says, what's Rose Anvil? Matthew says, a YouTube shoe review page where we've been reviewed. Doesn't quite understand barefoot. Oh, that's okay. All right, we'll get there. We'll have a little chat. Steve, thinness of the sole means sounds correct. Not sure what you mean. Again, on the product detail pages, we try to mention it wherever we can. If not, feel free to call our customer happiness team. They'll tell you, but I'm not sure what you mean, but thinness of the sole sounds correct. If you can clarify that, then I can respond to that. All right, Gabby, I would like it if you'd make the Dylan in bright blue and would make the Glenn in women's sizes. Like I said, submit that at Xeroshoes.com/feedback. That would be dreamy. Thickness of the sole sounds correct for stack height. Oh, got it. Again, here's the problem with that one. Some people here, let me show it on this shoe. Some people talk about literally, this is going to sound crazy, I know, is they talk about the thickness from here all the way to just, the bottom of just the sole. And some people report the base thickness and then the lug thickness differently. So again, since there's no industry standard, this is just the best way I can say it. It's not as simple as you think. I wish it were. It's just not. I could go on that, but anyway, I don't want to stay on here forever. So the name you gave me says, hello, everyone. Hello back. Is the Prioneo true to size? This is another one of those things. There's no such thing as true to size, FYI. Two things. If you look on the product detail pages, it'll say what we recommend you do, which can be something like order your regular size, order a half size up, order a half size down. True to size is a myth because for 2 reasons. One, the biggest one being personal preference. So some people like more space in front of their toes. Some people might like less space in front of their toes. I could take 3 people with identical feet, put them in the exact same shoe, and they will have 3 opinions about whether it fits, even though it's true to size. So we give you the recommendations based on the feedback we've gotten from wear testers and customers. That's the best we can do. No one has ever done this perfectly. No one will ever do this perfectly. That's why we do free domestic exchanges or free exchanges within the EU if you're in the EU. So we do give you the best information we can. But unfortunately, again, there are no standards for this. I know people who think they're a perfect size 10, but that's because they keep buying size 10s, but they've been buying size 10s because they buy an extra length because they're wider and they need to buy the extra length to get their foot wide. So they literally think they are a perfect size 10 when they're really a perfect size 9 once they have a shoe that fits. Again, seems like something simple. In reality, not so simple. This is my way of saying I don't recommend going into the footwear business. There's all these complications and all these things that the giant companies have set as industry standards where even they don't agree that are problematic. So anyway, that's all I can say. Take a look and see See what it says on the website. If you have any questions, call our customer happiness team. Okay, old man in the sea, odd man in the sea. Just ordered the Forza trainers. I want the Sunrise, but in black, and the Scramblers, but low tops. Are they coming? I don't know about blacks. Again, send that at Xeroshoes.com/feedback. Scrambler low. It's a beautiful shoe that's going to be out later this year. That's all I can say. I shouldn't have said that, but anyone who's been on these calls with me knows I can't keep a secret. All right. Yeah, Scrambler low it's spectacular. But I got to tell you something here. Let me just show you the Scrambler. Wait, where did it was supposed to be here? Hold on, let me grab it. Okay, next shoe I'm going to show you, the Scrambler Mid. This is perhaps the lightest technical hiking boot ever made. A men's size 9 coming in at just over 10 ounces, a women's size 7 just over 8 ounces. This is a co-branded thing, collab that we did with Michelin. There, wait, you can see that. Michelin, the company that makes tires for cars and bicycles. Well, they developed a new material or new product called Fiber Light, where they've taken this outsole and they've embedded a textile layer that makes it really thin, really flexible, really strong, and durable enough to hold the treads. You can see these have been used, which these are inspired by their mountain bike tires. So now this sole looks thick. It's a fake out. We've taken our trail foam layer, which on this shoe is that gray layer. Normally it's embedded in the sole, and we just took that along with the Fiber Light sole from Michelin and wrapped it around the upper of this just to give it a really cool, elegant look. Then we have a super breathable upper with welded components. Here's a 2-ply welded toe cap for protection, welded side panels or side walls for extra protection, and abrasion resistant upper, again, really breathable. It's got a little gator hook. Let's see if I can show off the gator hook right there. There's a gator hook. If you want to attach a gator, really comfortable ankle cuff. And again, removable 2.5 millimeter sock liner for more or less barefoot feel. Crazy, crazy flexible, really lightweight. So here's the thing about this shoe. We've had people who just lace it up to here. They wear it as if it's a low top. We've had people run 5Ks and 10Ks in this hiking boot because it is just so light, so comfortable, so flexible, and so grippy. I mean, this thing will have you scrambling up mountains like a mountain goat. So this is the Scrambler Mid, our Michelin collab. All right, let me get some other questions, then we'll go on to the next couple of shoes. Let's see. Yeah, so many things. Ignacio, I was in my Kung Fu class. My peer was wearing Xero shoes. I told him about it a while back. He got some. He loves them. Awesome to hear. Thank you so much, because this is the way that that our business has grown, is people like you sharing your experience, and so other people have the same. Okay. Oh, Slava SS. My apologies. Sorry, my glasses aren't on, and even if they were, I had some eye surgery recently, and I can't read really well. So sorry for calling you Steve SS before. Okay, get what you mean. However, I want to compare models in your product range. Which one is more or less, which is less. So that's really, really easy to do. And we are building out a tool to do that. In fact, if you use our product selection quiz, our shoe finder quiz, go to Xeroshoes.com/select. If one of the things you select is more barefoot feel, it'll automatically do that. But if you have 2 shoes in particular, or even 3 shoes in particular, you want to know the difference in terms of just barefoot feel, I can let you know that. That's easy to do. But thank you. We will, because again, thickness is not the whole thing. Like, for example, in our Mesa Trail, which is right there, the stack height is low, but inside it is a layer of trail foam for a little extra protection, because people wanted that on the trails, versus our Speed Force, which is somewhere, I got moved over there. The Speed Force, which is just a 4.5 millimeter sole. And then of course the 1.5 millimeters or so that it takes to actually have material that attaches the sole to the shoe. So that's our most barefoot shoe. Then the HFS, the Zelen, the Forza Runner, they're all basically the same in terms of sole thickness, which is basically the same as the Prio Neo and the Prio. So we can get you that info. It's the best thing I could say. But thanks. We will make it more explicit. But again, I've just got to find a way of explaining it so people understand it, which is just not easy. Okay, I'm going to move this a tiny bit because that's making me crazy. All right, a couple more comments, then I'm going to go back to showing off the shoes. Marco just ordered the Sunrise. It'll be my 10th pair of Xero. Could not be more grateful and thankful for that. David Wilkes, sorry. Glad these are finally out. I love my Scrambler Mid, and it's been really hard not to tell people about them. He was one of our early wear test reviewers. I know it's a tough one. Gabby, I've mentioned the rework Speed Force. When's that happening? Later this year, but I don't have a date. And what I can tell you is gorgeous. Same sole, new upper, beautiful. I don't store some of these dates in my head, and then because of just production issues, I never really know till they actually show up in the warehouse. Now, let me just take a pause before I answer questions and show more shoes. Go to Xeroshoes.com/spring23 sale or Xeroshoes.eu/spring23 sale. You'll find more info about the products. You'll find the reviews that have been done, including reviews from like David, and you'll find a place to enter to win one of our 10 $100 or €100 Xeroshoes.com or .eu gift certificates. That's our sweepstakes app that you'll find on that page, on the right of the page or the bottom of the page, depending on the device you're using. And there's different actions you can take that give you a different number of entries into the sweepstakes. The more entries you get, the better your chances of winning. There's things you can do every day to get more entries. Do not wait until the end of the sale on March 14th to see if you won, because we may run out of sizes and colors between now and then, and we don't announce the winners until after the sale ends. So if you buy something and then win, we can give you a credit for, or well, we'll give you the money back on your winnings if you want that. Or of course, you can use that $100 or €100 to get something else for you, or something for someone you know or love, or something for someone that you want to know and love you. So that's that. I mentioned before, these shoes that I'm showing you, they are 20+% off. What that means is that if you buy any one of the new shoes that we are launching between now and March 14th, 20% off. If you buy any 2 or more styles, so if you got the Prio Neo and the Scrambler Mid, then you get an extra 5% off. And if you add in a shoe that I'm about to show you, hint, hint, then you'll get, still 5% off that whole order. So, and again, runs through March 14th. Don't wait till the end. We're probably going to sell out of certain sizes and colors. And FYI, if you know wait, am I allowed to say this? No, I'm not allowed to say it. All right, I can say it this way. There's a radio show / podcast that gets about 3.5 million listeners. The host is a Xeroshoes fan, and we're going to be on this show coming up soon. So there's going to be 3.5 million more people on top of the 1.5 million that we've already reached out to about this sale. So that's my way of saying I'm not trying to be high pressure, because that's stupid. But don't wait. Is the gist of it. Okay, a couple more things. Let me jump in. Old Man of the Sea, thanks. I'll get a pair of Scrambler Lows when they're out. And that's why I try not to tell people that they are great. And now promote the podcast and tell us what's for dinner. Podcast, join the movement.com. If you just search, it's called The Movement. It's my podcast. I talk to people. We have chats. I do rants about things, etc. It's a whole lot of fun. If you go to the website, you'll find all the previous episodes. Dinner tonight. I was in New York on Monday. I brought back knishes from Yona Schimmel's Knishes. We're having knishes. Okay, would I do a stand-up set for us? No, but thank you. I might do one joke that pops into my head if it occurs to me. Professor Kenneth Levin says, I've gotten 6 pairs. DIY sandals Prio Neo with an asterisk. The leather Prio, the Kelso, the Denver. Again, so happy to hear that. Thank you so much. Odd Man in the Sea, Gabby says, you're awesome. Slava says, would like to see real dress shoes from Xero. Order the Glen, but I want shoes which I can wear with a suit. Kind of like, well, I would argue that if you get the all black, this is suit friendly. If you think it's not, I mean, so here, this is the Glen. If you're looking for an Oxford style dressier shoe, here's the Glen. Comes in this color, all black, black and white, and brown and white. And if this is not, what you need, go to Xeroshoes.com/feedback and let us know what would make it what you're looking for. So I would contend that this can work for you as a dress shoe only because we have people using it as a dress shoe. And this is a full grain nubuck leather. This is technically a men's shoe. If you want a women's version, leave that at Xeroshoes.com/feedback. It is, again, full grain nubuck leather. So you can, I don't know what the story is with trying to polish it or treat it, but you can give that a shot and maybe make it more of what you're looking for. Again, crazy comfortable. Fake out sole. So it looks like this is a thicker sole, but again, it's a cup sole. So it just wraps around the upper to give it a more sole-y look, but you get the idea. Crazy comfortable, mold to your foot. This is the Glen. All right, wait, more comments. Yikes. The boots look amazing. I agree. Thank you. Name you gave me. Are we able to suggest influencers to sponsor your products? Yes. Drop, what's the best way to do that? Drop an email to me, Stephen at Xeroshoes.com, Steven at Xeroshoes.com. Euro 16V, how thick is the sole of the Scrambler? I would tell you, but I don't even know. Honestly, we'll include that somewhere. It looks thicker than it is. This actually just wraps around the upper, but it's probably, including the trail foam layer, It's probably less than, it's definitely less than 10 mil. It's probably somewhere in the 8 range, but don't hold me to it because I just don't remember. If you need to know that answer, contact our customer happiness team and they will tell you. I, believe it or not, can't store every fact about every product in my head because I'm playing CEO and I got too much to do. And I also am too not organized enough to have all that info like in a document right over there where I could look it up. I will try and do better at that, but I'm a 60-year-old guy. I know myself. Probably not going to happen. But again, feel free to reach out and our customer happiness team will get that info for you. Ignacio, I wish your shoes were made in the US. That would be awesome. It's also not possible. We would love to do that too. It is literally, and trust me, I'm a footwear expert after doing this for 13 and a half years. And then Dennis, our chief product officer, has been doing it for 45. Our product developers for doing it for 20. Our other product team put them all together, another 200 years of expertise. And what I can tell you is it is no more possible to get a domestically made version of any of our shoes than it is to get a domestically made version of the devices we're using to have this conversation. Just not happening. Industry experts say that it would take 10 to 20 years minimum with many, many tens of billions of dollars of government support to move manufacturing to America. And it's just not going to happen in our lifetime, most likely. So we're always looking for ways of doing things better. Made in America will be a lot of fun for a lot of reasons. It does not solve any problems, I promise you, in that it doesn't mean there's better or worse quality for that matter. There's no difference in quality if you're working with a really good factory who knows how to do it versus something that's domestic. There's still shipping issues. There's still supply chain issues. It's one of those things, sounds simple, way, way not simple. So anyway, do I plan on making any chunklas or slip-on sandals? Yes, is the best answer I can give you. Can't give you a date for that, unfortunately. Hana, I have 2 pairs of the 360, got them for weightlifting in the gym, but have now abandoned all my other shoes and wear these all day. We have 2 people in the office. That's all they've worn since that shoe came out. Speed Force is the most barefoot shoe, Bilal says. That is correct. Should only wear thin socks with Xeroshoes. I go barefoot. If you want to wear socks, as thin as you can get away with because you don't want to mute that feedback that your feet are getting from the ground. Kenneth says, after 1 year of my Xero, my splay has expanded much. I worry my need for average width is fast moving towards extra wide. Are we looking to launch wider versions of our already wider shoes? I don't have a good answer for that, frankly. We are reevaluating some of our designs, but if we go too wide, then people with narrower feet, it doesn't work for them and vice versa. So the one thing I can say is some of our shoes with the materials are more form fitting than others. Leather will stretch to fit your foot better. Certain meshes stretch to fit your foot better. Canvas stretches to fit your foot better. So we can see, but it's not like we're going to be able to do a quote regular version and then a wide version, because then we would need a 200,000 square foot warehouse and managing the inventory would be unbearable for a company our size. At some point, if we're much bigger than we are right now, that may be something we could look into. But it's sort of like when someone asks me, hey, I'm a size 17. Why don't you make shoes for me? And I go, because there's 4 of you guys. So we have to be very attentive to here. I'll say it this way. Making shoes is really expensive. So if we have a bunch of stuff sitting around, that's cash that we're not using to grow our business. So it's a very tricky balance. You guys are asking really interesting questions that sound simple and aren't. Very tricky balance between having the inventory that sells through quickly enough to support the growth that you're experiencing to sell more shoes quickly enough to then be able to do those other things that you would like to do. Hope that makes sense. Yikes. Next time I'm in NYC, let you know. Drop me a note. I'm going back a lot lately. Long story. So drop me a note. That'll be a blast. Bilal, do we have a trail shoe designed especially for muddy conditions with aggressive tread? We have our trail shoes that are designed with the tread they have. And we've had people do everything we can think of in those. Look, we've had people climb Kilimanjaro, climb Mount Hood, done everything you can think of in every product we make, tread or no tread. Because the thing that's going to give you the most traction is really just getting your foot landing underneath your body instead of out in front of you, where your weighting is not correct. And again, if you're putting weight at an angle, that makes you slip. If you're putting weight directly vertical or as close to that as possible, then you're mostly stable. So, and the other thing is, we used to sell a product that was an add-on called Ice Walkers, not just for ice, that added extra traction. They've been having some supply chain issues, and we haven't found something that we like enough to be offering something else yet. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Odd Man to see. Will you have any open positions in the upcoming UK store? Yes, is the best thing I can say. I don't know what any of them are. Drop a note to us, to our HR person, hr@xeroshoes.com, and let her know you're interested in hearing about that. God, there's a lot of comments. Mesa Trail Tour, Scrambler Mid, which is better for someone wanting to start hiking on trails? They're both great. If you want something highly technical and really crazy lightweight with ankle protection, not about stability, just about things bumping into your ankles, then this is the shoe for you. If you're looking for a low top and you want something less expensive, Mesa Trail 2 is a great shoe. Viren Jeeth, I was able to nicely polish your other dress shoes so the Glens might polish well. I'll have to check with our product team because I just don't know the answer about that. We're looking to add a 16 to our product range, at least for models which run small. Well, our goal is to make them not run small rather than go to a new size. So is to get the sizing correct. But if you need a 16, submit that at xeroshoes.com/feedback. We've had, again, very small. I'll tell you this, the size 15s we've sold in almost any given style. They are less than 1% of our sales. So we have to be careful because we have to, it's a long story. Again, you're asking questions that sound really simple, that are super, 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 super unbelievably, I want to use more profane language, complicated. The simplest thing I can say is we're still sitting on a bunch of 15s that we can't get rid of because there's so few people who wear 15s. 16s, same challenge. So leave it as a comment at xeroshoes.com/feedback. Let's see. The name you gave me says, wait, pardon me one sec. Someone is texting me like crazy. Okay, there we go. Not important. Name you gave me said, wait, where'd it go? Can't wait to try out the new shoes. I'll be sure to send photos for a review. Awesome. Thank you. Ramen Truck. I wish that were your actual name because I love that. How would I compare the Scrambler to the Excursion or my other hiking boots? The lightest that we make, the most flexible that we make. This one's not waterproof. The Excursion Fusion is waterproof, fully waterproof, more flexible than any other. Look, I'm going to compare it to every other hiking boot in the world, not just ours. So you'll see between the Daylight Hiker, the Fusion, and the Excursion Fusion, and the Scrambler Mid, different price points. The Daylight Hiker is just a nice, great casual, knocking around, going on a light day hike. The Excursion Fusion is made to be fully technical, fully waterproof. The Scrambler is even more technical in many ways, but just not waterproof yet. Don't ask me that question yet. And again, way lighter. This is like I mentioned before, this is a hiking boot you could run an ultra marathon in if you wanted to. The others, we've had people run marathons in the Daylight Hiker, but this would be even better. So I think the tread is a little grippier. The sole is a little bit thinner because we're using that Michelin fiber light sole. So that's my comparison. This is top of the line is the best way I can say it. And then the Excursion Fusion for a fully technical boot, one step under that. For a casual boot, the Daylight Hiker underneath that. Hope that was helpful. Okay. Ignacio, I'm waiting for the chunklas. Thank you. You're welcome. Gabby says for socks, I like Bilenka socks, super thin, anatomical fit, nice colors. Anya's shop. It's anyasreviews.com sells those. Tell your beautiful wife to design dress sandals for the summer. Just wait is the best thing I can say. And will I restock the Denver leather? I think it just came in like yesterday. So be on the lookout within a day or two. Holy smokes. Okay. I've got 3 more shoes to show you. And then again, reminder, go to Xeroshoes.com or Xeroshoes.eu/spring23 sale. You'll find all these shoes, reviews, how to register with our sweepstakes app to win a $100 or €100 gift certificate. The sale runs through March 14th. You save 20% on any one new style and an extra 5% if you get more than 2 new styles. By the way, we also have new colors of some of our existing best sellers that just came in. They are for sale, but not on sale, because when we do a launch sale, it's for new styles. But you can find those too, FYI. And okay, next shoe. Which one do I want to do? I'm going to do an easy one. So in the fall, we launched a version of the Prio. So we have our Prio Neo, and people wanted something like the Prio, but a little, more upscale to go that didn't look quite so gym-y. And we launched the Prio Suede, but it was men's only. Now we have the women's version of the Prio Suede. So unlike the Prio, gum rubber sole, suede accents all around, and just a beautiful, beautiful style. A little more upscale than the regular Prio, not quite as athleisure as the Prio Neo. is the best way I can describe the Prio suede now for women. I'm going to jump into the next one because I didn't get enough questions to make me not. If you're looking for a shoe that's like a travel shoe, or maybe you're looking for another shoe that's like a good camp shoe, something you wear when you get out of your tent in the morning to go out and walk around or go to the bathroom or make coffee, or at the end of a hike, you might want to slip into something for when you're around the campsite, or maybe you just need something like a slipper indoors or something you could slide on to just go out to get the mail or run errands. I know it's described 6 different shoes, but it's actually just one. It's the Sunrise, the lightest shoe we've ever made with the thinnest sole on a shoe we've ever made. So this is like 4 mil thick, 4.5 mil thick of our Field True rubber with a nice new tread pattern. This is a microfiber upper, so this is a vegan-friendly shoe, just like the Scrambler Mid, just like the Prio Neo for men and women. And you can just, wear this, or you can just slip into it and just slide in and walk around in it. We've had people say that this has literally become their all-day, everyday shoe when they're not doing something high-performing. The microfiber does stretch a little and mold to your foot, a little gore section here to let you get in and out easily. Fits in your pack, fits in your pocket. You'll never even know you're wearing this thing because it weighs, I think a men's size 9 weighs a little over 5 ounces and a women's size 7, 4. Just crazy, crazy lightweight, crazy comfortable, and a great just all around knock around shoe. This is the Sunrise. And I've got one more. So a couple questions, then I'm going to do it. Let's see. Gabby says, just got the Aptos in the new Spectra green color pattern. Very fun. It is very fun. And then Chris says, the Prio Neo is super nice. Can't decide on what color though. First world problems. The first world problem is, do you just buy all of them or not? It's not which one. It's just, do I buy all of them or not? That's the way I think of it. All right. Last shoe that I'm going to show you. And one of these are all favorites of mine. But sometimes you just need a casual looking sneaker, classic, iconic sneaker. And that is the Dylan. So this comes in all white or all black for now. And again, that same sort of cup sole as the Glen. In fact, it is the same sole as the Glen. And this is just again, classic sneaker silhouette. But if you look carefully with accents that, harken back to other Xero shoes with these little stripy things here that reference our heel and instep strap and our midfoot straps, they don't have that in this shoe. It's just a really lightweight, really flexible, really delightful all around sneaker that you can wear all day, every day, all white, all black. That's the Glen. Okay. So let me just show you once again, everything we have got. Sorry, that was the Dylan. We have the Glen. We have the Dylan. We have the Sunrise. We've got the Scrambler Mid, and last but not least, the Prio Neo. These are all the shoes that are now on sale at Xeroshoes.com/spring23 sale, Xeroshoes.eu/spring23 sale from now through March 14th. We have just alerted over 1 million people. And like I mentioned before, there's a radio show we're going to be on next Monday and the week after that 3.5 million people listen to. And so we are probably going to sell out of some sizes and colors. So please don't wait till the very end to see if, what we have is still there. I don't recommend that. Although people do it no matter what I say. I totally get that. And again, you save 20% when you buy any one of these, an additional 5% if you buy more than 2 of the new styles. So get a Dylan, get a Prio Neo, and a Scrambler Mid, and you get an extra 5% off. Or the Sunrise, I'm going to just do wacky combinations, and the women's Prio Suede, and the Glen, and you get an extra 5% off that 20%. And again, register to win one of those €100 or $100 Xeroshoes.eu or .com gift certificates respectively. Don't wait to see if you won before you buy a pair of shoes, because we don't announce the winners till after the sale ends. And if you do win after you bought something, you can take that $100 or €100. We'll give it back to you in a credit. Not like a store credit, like we just, refund your card that amount. Or of course you can use it for you or someone you know or love. What else? Spread the word, because this is like the biggest sale that we do all year. When we are launching when we have a product launch. And actually our biggest sale is a holiday sale, I'll confess, but we don't do sales. Most of you know, we do it when we launch a product. We do it at the end of the year for holidays. If we're moving something because we're picking up new colorways or new styles, but that's it. Because frankly, with our 5,000 mile sole warranty and the price that we already have, Xero shoes are a net great deal. In other words, you may find a minimalist shoe that costs half as much as the Prio Neo. But if it only lasts a quarter as long as the Prio Neo, you just lost 50% of your money. This will outlast those shoes. So it's already a great deal with our 24-month manufacturer's warranty, our 5,000-mile sole warranty, and just everything we're making. We hope that you see the value in what we're doing, which is why we don't do sales very often, because we do. So, and frankly, again, letting you in behind the curtain, we're growing really, really quickly, which means we need more money every year to buy inventory for the new things we're buying and launching every year. And if everything was constantly on sale, frankly, we wouldn't be making the kind of money we need to just get to the next level. And we've never had enough money to get to where we needed to the next year. So it's been a struggle, frankly, for the last 13 years. We're trying to do something about that. But it's admittedly a real challenge to be growing as fast as we are year after year after year. But more importantly, that's all because of you. So thank you for everything you've done to help make that happen, which includes talking to strangers who stop you on the street and either say, are those Xero shoes? Or what are those? Or where do I get those? Or what happens to me in every airport that I'm in, which is, hey, aren't you Steven? I've literally not made it through an airport without being recognized since Shark Tank went on the air 10 years ago. So, all right, a couple comments come in. Let me just do those really quick. Chris says, Prio Neo, oh, you already said that one. Name you gave me, people love to draw on blank shoes. I can't wait to see the creativity they come up with on the Dylan. I know, that's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to that too. All right, so I hit the end of the questions. I've told you about what's going on a couple times. I think by the way, I'm going to do another one of these calls tonight at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. That's 5 Pacific, 7 Central, 8, whatever that is, 8 o'clock Eastern, and whatever that is in the middle of the night in Europe. So I'm doing the early calls for everyone who's not in the US typically. So feel free to come on back and find out if you have other questions. But most importantly, reach out to our customer happiness team. Their info is on our website. And if you have any questions for them, if you have feedback or suggestions or requests, do that at Xeroshoes.com/feedback. But most importantly, go to Xeroshoes.com/spring23 sale or Xeroshoes.eu/spring23 sale. Find your new favorite Xero shoes, grab a pair, slip them on your feet, go out, have fun,